Barbara Eden's story is one of great skill, determination, and unwavering dedication to her art. In real life, she was born Barbara G. Moorhead on August 23, 1931. She has always loved singing and playing. She has been in the entertainment business for decades, which shows how flexible and adaptable she is in a field that is always changing. People first heard of Barbara in the 1960s, when she played the popular Genie in I Dream of Jeannie. People loved the show, which ran from 1965 to 1970 and had a cute mix of fun and fantasy. The part Barbara played as a naughty genie who falls in love with an astronaut became famous, and people still love that role. Barbara was very good at many things, not just acting on TV. After I Dream of Jeannie, she moved on to more dramatic parts, such as in the 1977 TV movie Stone Street. She also tried her hand at musical comedy and theater. She also put out an album and appeared on USO tours, which shows how versatile she was as an entertainer. Even as the entertainment business changed, she stayed important because she could adapt. What makes Barbara Eden stand out is how long she has been working. Many stars of her time stopped working after their peak years, but Barbara kept acting well into her 80s and even 90s, going against what most people thought Hollywood stars would do as they got older. She was able to connect with a new group of fans through Harper Valley PTA and the TV show that came after it in 1978. And her work with I Dream of Jeannie co-star Larry Hagman, especially on Dallas, made people remember how well they got along. But Barbara's story isn't just about the parts she played. It's about the problems she had, especially in a business that doesn't pay much attention to older artists. In her later years, she was honest about how hard it is to stay important in Hollywood, especially since most stars lose their fame as they get older. Not many artists have been able to keep working well into their 80s and beyond, but Barbara showed that it is possible with dedication and hard work. Barbara Eden not only made a name for herself in the entertainment business, but she also dealt with some of life's toughest problems. When she lost her son, it broke her heart more than anything else. It changed her forever. The specifics of his death are very moving, and Barbara's actions afterward show how the loss affected her. Even though she was sad, she was very strong and kept her son's memory alive while continuing to inspire and make people happy. As we learn more about Barbara Eden's amazing life, we see that she was much more than just a great singer and actor. It shows a woman who fought the hardest battles of life, kept going even when things got hard, and kept making people of all kinds happy. People who want to follow their dreams should read her story. It doesn't matter how many years pass or how many problems come up. Barbara's legacy is built on her grace, ability, and love of performing. She showed us that anything is possible if you work hard and follow your dreams. Let's look at Barbara's early years now. Barbara was born on August 23, 1931 in Tucson, Arizona. Her parents were Alice Mary and Hubert Henry Moorhead. Her family has deep roots in America that go back to Benjamin Franklin. People thought she was born in 1934 for a long time, but it was later found that she was actually born in 1931. This is a small but important fact about her life. There were some hard times in her youth. Barbara's parents split up when she was young, and she moved to San Francisco with her mother. There, Alice got married again to Harry Connor Huffman, who worked as a telephone worker. This gave Barbara a half-sister. The family moved to San Francisco's Parkside neighborhood, which Barbara had always thought of as home. It was her favorite thing to talk about how her grandmother came to the area in a covered wagon and how her grandpa got there on a clipper ship. These stories of brave pioneers made Barbara feel very connected to her roots and gave her a great respect for people who can keep going even when things get hard. Barb's family was hurt very badly by the Great Depression, as were many others. There wasn't much money to spend on nice things. But Barbara's mother didn't let the hard times get to them. Instead, she made the house full of music and happiness. So many people around Barbara helped her love singing grow, which set the stage for her amazing success. Even though their lives were hard, Barbara Eden often talked about how much she loved growing up in a home where music was always playing. She did her first public show when she joined the church choir and got to sing solos. This was her chance to show off her growing ability. As a teenager, she got even better at singing when she sang with local bands, with Howard Fredericks and Freddie Martin as teachers. She was able to improve her skills and boost her confidence by seeing live acts. In the 1930s, money was tight, so Barbara and her family lived with her grandparents in El Paso for a while. Her grandpa was a nice, giving person who would never say no to her. She was very close to him. A while back, she heard her mom and grandma making plans to go to the movies, so she asked her grandfather if they could join them. He took her with him even though he was meant to be taking care of her at home. They won a case of soft drinks in a promotion because of their little adventure. Their secret trip was eventually found out, but Barbara loved remembering it. During the pursuit, Barbara's family moved to San Francisco when she was 5 years old. Her father worked for a phone company. Even though they didn't have much money, he thought that having good manners was always important, and he taught Barbara a lot of them. She felt safe and loved when he was around and had a great sense of fun. Barbara's mother was a credit manager at a jewelry shop. She had a great sense of style and could often find trendy clothes on sale. Even though they didn't have much money, she always looked like she was straight out of a fashion magazine. The family did the dishes together every night while her mother sang Gilbert and Sullivan songs. Barb would join in, and it was her mother who really got her interested in singing. Barbara's mother was always there for her and gave her support whenever she needed it. She made her feel loved and sure of herself. Barbara didn't put a lot of value on dating when she was a teenager. She instead worked on getting better at singing and acting. When she stayed with her aunt and uncle in Los Angeles, she met a Warner Brothers talent scout. This was a turning point. When the scout asked her about her drama training, he pulled out a picture of his daughter and said, "See, honey, that's what you need. Big tits." Barbara was crushed by his comment, but she quickly learned that not all parts needed women to be a certain size. She chose to become a character actress, and the experience taught her to ignore bad things and go her own way. All of this took place when she was only 16. Barbara Eden's love of singing became more serious when she started taking lessons at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music from voice teacher Paulina Giovannini. She also went to the Elizabeth Halle School of Theater to learn how to act, which is where she developed the skills that would later define her work. After Barbara graduated from Abraham Lincoln High School in 1949, she went to City College of San Francisco for a year to study theater. Because of how pretty and talented she was, she won the title of Miss San Francisco in 1951 under the name Barbara Huffman. This win was her first step into the world of beauty pageants. She went on to participate in the Miss California pageant after doing well in the local one. This set her on the path to a career in show business. Barbara was laying the groundwork for her future career during these formative years. She worked on both her singing and acting skills while dealing with the problems of the tough economy. Her early life taught her the strength and grace that would make her famous as an actress and performer, and she kept those traits with her throughout her work. Barbara Eden's rise to fame was gradual, with a series of TV and movie parts that showed how versatile and determined she was. Her most famous role was in I Dream of Jeannie, and her impact on Hollywood will last for a long time. Barbara's work in show business began in 1955 when she became a regular on The Johnny Show. The first TV show she was in was just the beginning. She soon started appearing in a lot of different shows. In her early years, she had guest roles on a lot of popular TV shows such as The West Point Story, Highway Patrol, I Love Lucy, Perry Mason, Gunsmoke, and The Andy Griffith Show. Barbara became famous very quickly for being able to play a wide range of parts in different types of movies. This showed that she was both skilled and flexible. She was very versatile because she was in a lot of different types of shows, from courtroom dramas like Perry Mason to comedies like Father Knows Best and Bachelor Father. She was even in the last episode of Route 66, making her a part of some of the most famous TV shows of the time. Barbara also had the chance to play more than one character on Burke's Law. She was a guest star in 4 shows, each time playing a different character. Barbara showed that she was ready for anything the entertainment world threw at her by working on TV. Barbara Eden made a name for herself in movies with small parts, but they were important ones. As an uncredited extra in The Tarnished Angels, 1957, starring Rock Hudson, she made one of her first movie roles. This was one of her early projects with 20th Century Fox. After seeing how talented she was right away, film director Mark Robson hired her to work with him on the movie From the Terrace. She got a job with 20th Century Fox because of this, but her time there was full of close calls. And in movies like No Down Payment, 1957, she tried out for the part that went to Joanne Woodward. And in Peyton Place, 1957, she tried out for the part of Betty Anderson, but Terry Moore got the part. Even though she didn't get these parts, Barbara's film career kept going strong. In the end, she got lead parts like in A Private's Affair, 1959, which starred Gary Crosby, Barry Coe, and Sal Mineo. For her early film parts, though, Flaming Star with Elvis Presley in 1960 was one of the most memorable. Her role as his love interest in this Western made her become more well-known in Hollywood. In the early 1960s, Barbara's film career was at its peak. with lead parts in a number of Irwin Allen productions. That year, she played Lieutenant Kathy Connors in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. The next year, she was in 5 Weeks in a Balloon. She also played the lead role in George Pal's 1962 movie The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm. She cemented her place in the adventure and fantasy film genres with these parts, which showed she could play brave and interesting characters. Barbara showed her range in comedy, too. She portrayed the lead female part in Tommy Noonan and Peter Marshall's 1962 film, Swinging Along. Despite her reputation, Barbara had problems landing parts. She and Andy Williams applied for the lead role in State Fair 1963 but were rejected. Barbara Eden left 20th Century Fox in 1963 with The Yellow Canary. She saw this as the end of an era and the beginning of another. Eden guest starred on other TV shows after Fox, demonstrating her versatility. She also had film roles with MGM, Universal, and Columbia, demonstrating her popularity and trustworthiness. She played small roles in The Brass Bottle, 1964, and Seven Faces of Dr. Lao, 1964. These roles helped her develop as an actress and demonstrated her versatility. These projects also demonstrated her ability to give supporting characters warmth and depth, a signature of her work. Barbara Eden showed adaptability early in her career. She proved her strength by portraying funny and serious roles in TV and movies during this time. Eden failed to receive some of the most sought-after components, but she never gave up. Instead, she used each encounter to improve, becoming a versatile performer. Her early employment was diverse, which helped her develop a flexible career that would serve her well. Despite challenges, Barbara Eden's tenacity and talent allowed her to develop a career that lasted decades, shifting with the entertainment business. She persevered and proved herself one of the most dedicated and adaptable actors of her period with each new role. This dedication to quality led to her career-defining role as Genie on the 1965 NBC sitcom I Dream of Jeannie. I Dream of Jeannie, created by Sidney Sheldon, was a 1960s hit and remains popular today. Eden played the show's lovely and magical Genie. Larry Hagman played astronaut Captain Anthony Tony Nelson, who accidentally released the Genie. Eden's Genie performance was charming, witty, and warm. She looked good and had good comedic timing while capturing the eccentric, lovable persona. Her portrayal immortalized Genie and Eden in TV history. Eden's skills suited the show's fantasy, romance, comedy, and action. Eden's Genie performance became famous as the show got successful. Her performance enthralled audiences worldwide and shaped television culture. Eden always considered I Dream of Jeannie one of her proudest and most recognizable roles. What an incredible journey Eden would take after the show's popularity. She gained fresh prominence and secured her place in entertainment. Many actors, including beauty queens and other starlets, applied for the role. Eden's performance in The Brass Bottle impressed Sheldon and his co-workers, who suggested she be cast. It ran from 1965 until 1970 with 139 episodes. The show combined magic, comedy, and romance uniquely. Eden as Jeannie and her strange yet loving relationship with Tony made it charming. Eden was symbolized by the hooded harem-style garment. Eden became a TV sensation during this time. However, she would reprise the role in commercials and specials. Eden then shifted from I Dream of Jeannie to musical theater. In the 1970s, she appeared in many plays and TV shows. Musical comedies like Nightclub Confidential, 1966, The Sound of Music, Annie Get Your Gun, South Pacific with Robert Goulet, and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, where she played Laura Lee, allowed Eden to showcase her singing and acting skills. Eden made her TV movie debut in 1971's The Feminist and the Fuzz. In 1974, she co-starred with Larry Hagman in A Howling in the Woods, playing a housewife named Ann Collins who was pregnant by aliens. Barbara Eden appeared in and produced the 1988 romantic comedy The Secret Life of Kathy McCormick and co-starred with John Forsythe in Opposites Attract in 1990. Her acting and production were notable. Eden performed on many variety shows, including The Carol Burnett Show, The Jonathan Winters Show, The Jerry Lewis Show, This Is Tom Jones, and 21 Bob Hope specials. In 1967, Dot Records released her record Miss Barbara Eden, demonstrating her versatility as a singer and performer. She was the lead act in multiple Las Vegas shows for a long period, cementing her reputation as a dynamic performer who could captivate live crowds. She also appeared in many musicals, plays, and TV shows, adding to her long-lasting appeal. Barbara Eden was one of Hollywood's most versatile actors because she could easily transition from TV to stage, comedy to drama, and stay relevant in an ever-changing entertainment industry. She is talented and determined, as shown by her ability to change who she is and keep her name in the public eye for decades. After leaving Genie, Eden's work continued to evolve. In 1978, she starred in Harper Valley PTA, a movie based on the hit country song of the same name. The movie was so successful that a TV show based on it began in 1981. Eden reprised her role in this comedic drama, which was a modern take on Peyton Place. Eden's relationship with Anne Francine, who played the rich and evil Flora Simpson Riley, added mystery and drama to the show, making it more interesting and keeping viewers coming back. When it first aired in January 1981, the show was an instant hit, getting 11 of its 13 time slots. In its second season, which aired in October 1981, the show changed its name to Harper Valley, marking a major change. Barbara Eden played Leanne DEA on the soap opera Dallas in 1990, a rich billionaire who wanted to get back at the controversial J.R. Ewing, played by Larry Hagman. This role brought her back together with her I Dream of Genie co-star Hagman, and included a clever nod to her past. Her character's maiden name was Nelson. Eden's role on Dallas was very different from the naughty and playful Genie, showing how versatile she is as an actress. This role was a turning point in her career, proving that she is a skilled actress who can play a wide range of parts. Eden kept working on stage. In 1991, she starred with Wayne Rogers in Same Time Next Year. In 1993, she opened for Don Knotts in Last of the Red Hot Lovers and toured the country. From 2000 to 2004, she went on a national tour with The Odd Couple, the female version, playing Florence Unger opposite Rita McKenzie as Olive Madison. Eden's career took another interesting turn in 2006 when she met up with Larry Hagman again for a city tour in New York to promote the DVD release of the first season of I Dream of Genie. They appeared on Good Morning America, The View, and Entertainment Tonight to talk about their time on the show and catch up with fans. In the fall of that year, they played Love Letters together at. Barbara continued to appear on TV shows. In 2009, she led the Hallmark Channel movie Always and Forever and guest starred on Army Wives. In 2013, she attended the 21st Life Ball in Vienna with Bill Clinton, Elton John, and Fergie, wearing her famous Genie outfit, which brought her character back to the spotlight. Eden's most recent work includes voice work for the animated kids' TV show Shimmer. Barbara Eden's successful career in TV, movies, on stage, and as a voice actress, especially as Genie in I Dream of Genie, has shown her versatility and ability to adapt to new situations in the entertainment industry. Eden's autobiography, Genie Out of the Bottle, was published by Crown Archetype on April 5, 2011, and went straight to number 14 on the New York Times bestseller list. In it, she recalls her childhood in San Francisco and her rise to fame as a young actress in Hollywood. She also discusses her work in movies and TV shows. Eden had a mental breakdown after her son Matthew's 2001 drug overdose, but she has since spoken out about his addiction, calling him a beautiful person when he was sober, and expressing her pain and anger at how hard addiction is to understand. Eden considered her personal life again in June 2021 when she discussed her children's book Barbara and the Djinn. She said that she and her husband John Ioltz had recovered from COVID-19, showing that they had been strong during the pandemic. In 2023, Eden turned 92 and was grateful for her family, home, husband, dog Bentley, and close friends. In her professional and personal life, Barbara Eden has exhibited courage, resilience, and love for her family, handling both good and tragic times with grace. She called trying to understand addiction so frustrating. Many people who have been through similar events can relate to this feeling. In interviews, Barbara Eden has been honest about how she feels guilty and powerless about Matthew's heroin overdose at 35. Eden also thought about how happy she was to be a mother and how hard it had been for her to get pregnant for 7 years before she found out she was pregnant with Matthew. This moment was even more special because Eden was part of the famous NBC sitcom I Dream of Genie, which was sold. Eden was happy and thankful even though she knew her work would change. Eden grieved Matthew's death, thinking about how he had struggled with addiction for years. When he overdosed, she and her ex-husband, Michael Ansara, felt guilty and lost. Eden said it was hard for her to see Matthew's addiction signs, like changes in his behavior, anger, and tiredness, which made it harder to help him. Eden's relationship with Matthew, her unwavering love for him, and her desire to help others who have lost loved ones show how strong and resilient she is in the face of terrible grief. She said that losing a child is unbearable and keeps her on the verge of tears, but she copes with it with love, kindness, and a desire to help others heal. Even at 93, Barbara Eden is full of energy. She knows that her son Matthew's death will always be a part of her sadness, but she finds comfort in her loving family, especially her husband of 30 years, John Yultz, and their dog Bentley. She is strong because she can enjoy the good things in life despite her loss. Eden is in great shape because she stays busy and crosses things off her travel bucket list. A few days before her 93rd birthday, she was seen in Los Angeles. She drove herself to a spa for a date night with John, clearly thankful for another year of life. Eden's physical health is still good. She can fit into her famous I Dream of Jeannie outfit, showing how young she feels. She laughed about the belly button debate from the show, which is now part of popular culture. Her energy and charm haven't changed in years. Eden has kept doing volunteer work, going to meetings, and traveling around the world. She just returned from Spain, where she attended a charity event to help older people. She has more travel plans, including possibly going to Madagascar with John. Barbara Eden's 60-year career will change the entertainment industry. She is best known for playing Jeannie, but she has played many other important roles. She is still a popular figure who inspires fans and other artists. Barbara Eden shows how to be strong, flexible, and graceful. She went from movies to TV shows with ease, showing her versatility in a wide range of parts that made her a beloved figure long after I Dream of Jeannie ended. Harper Valley PTA, Dallas, and many guest roles showed her ability to grow as an actor and stay a mainstay in Hollywood. Eden's legacy goes beyond her work. In 2001, she lost her son Matthew and Sarah to a drug overdose, which was a very sad event in her life. Barbara's willingness to talk about Matthew's drug problems and her sadness afterward helped many other people going through the same thing. Barbara is approaching her 93rd birthday, but she still acts her age by doing charity work, traveling, and spending time with her friends. Her lively energy, unwavering dedication, and deep compassion shine through in everything she does. Barbara Eden's legacy is shaped not only by her legendary work, but also by her ability to move people with her art and strength.